Hey everyone, the Artie Dans from Asian Film Fans and the Artie Dans YouTube channel's here. I'm just about to go into the cinema to go and watch The Meg 2. You're about to see a synopsis of what the movie's about, and then you're going to get a review. Catch you on the other side.
We go back to Manor 1, where Jonas is now an eco-terrorist and the custodian of Mei Ying, who is also joined by Zhu Ming, who is Mei Ying's uncle and the inventor of a type of exosuit that will allow him to explore the trench under the thermal cloud, the home of the Meg. As expected, they drive down past the thermal cloud, but Zhu Ming's pet Meg Hai-Tzi has gotten free and also joins them on their journey. While in the trench, they notice that there is a base station there, and there are a couple of nefarious-looking characters who are mining for rare earth minerals. A scuffle ensues, resulting in an explosion that causes a hole to be teared in the thermal cloud, allowing multiple Megs and other creatures to breach the surface. It's now a race against time to stop the Megs and the other creatures before they cause chaos on Fun Island. You know, I learned a valuable lesson again today. Never anticipate a movie, because it will always disappoint you. And I'm going to try a compliment sandwich for this review. That is, where I'll talk about something good, and then the bad stuff in the middle, that's the ingredients, and then I'll end with something good again, the base of the sandwich. So, first up, it's kind of a fun movie. And the visual effects are pretty damn good. Don't let anyone tell you any different. With the exception of a few kind of weird things like the mega octopus, everything looks pretty damn good. But I signed up to watch a monster film about sharks, not a film about cartoon character bad guys who are mining the deep ocean for rare earth minerals to sell for billions of dollars. And I didn't sign up for an action film either. The movie starts off with this stupid scene aboard a tanker where they're dumping nuclear waste into the ocean. And there's this ridiculous fighting scene with Jonas that seems out of place for his character. And then the movie ends with a shootout that looks even more out of place with all the characters involved because you've gotten to know who they all are. It's kind of like Jason Statham looked at his role in, Wrath of Man. And Wu Jing looked at his role from Wolf Warrior and thought, you know what, we're going to bring those characters together in this movie, forgetting that the audience is here for the damn sharks, because that's exactly what I was there for. This movie feels very, very much like a Chinese monster movie. And while they're fun, they are fun, they're always very heavy-handed with social messages. And it's weird to see it in a movie like this. And I acknowledge that this movie is a co-production between China and the US. So something had to give. But there are these very strong environmental messages. And that's the Chinese government's fingerprints all over this film. And unfortunately, it's clear that the producers have just allowed them to just walk all over what they wanted to do with this movie. What's worse about that is that there is a perfectly good subplot in this movie that it should have been about. And that is the Meg mating season. And firstly, I want to address something first. Whoever built the tank that holds the captive Meg called Hai-Tzi, who's kind of like Wu Jing's friend in the movie, and he uses this shark to train on, they should be fired. Because who builds a waste hatch in a shark enclosure tank the same size or bigger than the shark that it's holding, allowing it to break out? So of course it was going to break out. Of course that was going to be the escape route. But then who writes a subplot about potential shark mating and then decides the movie should have been about a series of bad guys and lots of action, completely forgetting about the sharks? And the sharks go missing for a huge chunk of this movie. I almost started clapping. Well, I didn't. That's a bit of bullshit. But I smiled in the cinema at about the 80-minute mark when sharks finally made a reappearance in the film after they'd been gone for quite a long time. The first Meg was fun because it was about man versus shark. But Meg 2 is about man versus evil man or evil woman who likes to mine. Oh, and then there's some sharks. And a damn octopus. Where did the octopus come from? So in order to complete the compliment sandwich, we have to end with something good. So I'd like to mention that I appreciated the little callback to the first movie with Pippin the small dog and the bride who panics over him. Now, for some reason, she's now husbandless. Also, why does the movie end in a similar location to the first movie? So the first movie ended on Sanya Island, which was kind of like this party fun island. And then this movie ends on Fun Island, which, the name, self-explanatory. So it's with a heavy heart that I struggle to go beyond 2 stars. And I'm sorry about this. I really wanted to give it more. And I didn't want to be one of those negative Nancy YouTube reviews that just completely trashes the movie for no absolute reason. There's going to be plenty of those on YouTube. You've probably already seen a handful of them. And I'm sorry, I didn't want to do that. But the movie is what it is. It is a Chinese action movie masquerading as a shark film. And that's completely by accident, but it also stars the hottest actor in China right now. Thankfully, it's complemented by some pretty damn good visual effects. And that's a shame, because I really wanted a shark movie. I wanted The Meg, but more. So if you've seen it, or you want to see it, or you're going to see it, what did you think of it? Leave me a comment down below with your thoughts. Give me a like if you enjoyed this video. Otherwise, I'll catch you the next time we do another movie review. Thank you, guys.